Have you ever wondered about the creatures that didn't make it onto Noah's Ark? We all know the story. Two by two, the animals marched aboard to escape the great flood. But what about the colossal, terrifying beasts of the ancient world? What about the Leviathan? According to ancient texts and folklore, the Leviathan was a monstrous sea serpent of immense power, a creature so vast it was said to encircle the world. Its scales were like impenetrable shields, its eyes glowed with a fearsome light, and fire and smoke poured from its mouth. It was the undisputed king of the ocean, a symbol of chaos and the untamable power of the deep. So, when the rains began to fall and the waters started to rise, where was this legendary beast? The story of the Ark is one of order and preservation, a divine plan to save life from the chaos of the flood. Noah, guided by a higher purpose, was tasked with gathering pairs of every land animal and bird. But the Leviathan was different. It wasn't a creature of the land. It was a primordial force of the sea, its very essence tied to the watery abyss that was now consuming the world. One fascinating legend tells of a direct confrontation. As the ark floated on the rising tide, the monstrous head of the Leviathan is said to have emerged from the churning waves. It approached the vessel, its sheer size dwarfing the wooden ship. Some versions of the story say the creature wished to board, perhaps seeing the ark as the only point of stability in a world turned upside down. Imagine Noah, standing on the deck, looking into the glowing eyes of this immense sea dragon. He had a mission to protect the life he had gathered. Letting such a chaotic and destructive force aboard would have doomed the entire endeavor. It would be like inviting the storm itself into the very vessel meant to weather it. So, how did Noah handle this? According to the tale, he didn't fight it with weapons. Instead, he stood firm in his faith. He spoke to the creature, not in anger, but with the authority given to him. He explained that the ark was a sanctuary for the creatures of the land and air, a vessel of peace and order. The sea, however chaotic, was the Leviathan's domain. The flood, in a strange way, was an expansion of its kingdom. The Leviathan, a being of immense power, is said to have understood. It recognized the divine purpose behind the ark and the sanctity of Noah's mission. It wasn't a creature of pure evil, but a force of nature. It had no place among the paired animals in their stalls. Its place was in the deep, a ruler of the very waters that Noah was trying to survive. With a mighty roar that shook the timbers of the ark, the Leviathan is said to have turned away, diving back into the swirling abyss. It did not try to destroy the ark. It respected the boundary that had been established. It remained in the floodwaters, the undisputed master of its drowned world. This story adds another layer of depth to the epic of the flood. It's not just about saving animals. It's about the fundamental separation of order and chaos. The ark represents a carefully constructed world, a bubble of life and hope floating upon a sea of destruction. The Leviathan represents that untamable, raw power of nature that exists outside the boundaries of that orderly world. Think about it. The flood was meant to cleanse the world, to wash away corruption, and begin anew. By denying the Leviathan entry, Noah ensured that the new world would be built on a foundation of order, not on the chaotic power the beast represented. The creature was a relic of an older, more wild world, a world that was being washed away. And what happened to the Leviathan after the waters receded? The legends are varied. Some say it remains hidden in the deepest, unexplored trenches of the ocean, a sleeping giant waiting for the end of days. Others believe that as the world was remade, such primordial forces no longer had a place and simply faded into myth and memory, becoming a symbol of the immense challenges that humanity has overcome. The tale of Noah and the Leviathan is a powerful metaphor. It teaches us about setting boundaries, about understanding what belongs inside our ark, our lives, our communities, our goals, and what must remain outside. Not everything that is powerful is meant to be controlled or contained. Some forces of nature, some challenges, are meant to be respected from a distance, acknowledged but not invited in. Noah's great task was one of discernment. He had to know which creatures to save to repopulate the earth. In this legendary encounter, his wisdom extended to knowing which creature not to save, thereby protecting the future of the very world he was trying to preserve. The Leviathan's exclusion was just as important as the inclusion of the lion, the sheep, and the dove. So the next time you think of Noah's Ark, remember the story of the creature that was too big, too powerful, and too wild to come aboard. Remember the Leviathan, the king of the sea, who was denied a place, ensuring that the new world would dawn with hope and order, leaving the chaos to the deep. Thanks for journeying with us into this incredible legend. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and ring the bell so you never miss another dive into the fascinating stories that shape our world. See you next time.